What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Couch Locked.
Uh,
As always, I'm Pat from West Town Weed, and over there, I think I'm pointing at him. Are we all in the squares? That's Patrick from Midwest Days. And
that's
today
right.
we're going to be sitting down and talking with Ashley and Diego from NuEra and talk about a little bit of what NuEra has to offer and what they have available. So, Diego, Ashley, I'll let you guys introduce yourselves. How you guys doing?
I'm doing
Hey
good. You want to
Pat.
go first, Diego?
Oh yeah, sure. Hey Pat and Pat. Thank you for having us on. It's a pleasure to promote our brand on your show. I've seen you guys around, and you guys are pretty cool.
Well, hi, I'm Ashley. I was introduced to you guys by Diego. I was happy I got to meet you guys in person, Pat and Pat. I thought that was so funny. And
Pat
and you
Squared.
have right, and you have the perfect name for the job that you have. So I love that for you.
Thank you.
But I am the brand manager for the Chicago location. I've been working here for it'll be 2 years in January, so I'm super excited. I started off as a bud tender. I didn't have any cannabis industry experience besides just like smoking on my own leisure, but I always had like a really big passion for it. And then once I started out as a bud tender, kind of like trying my sales hand, and it's actually funny. One of our old coworkers, Leon, he still works here, but Leon, Diego, and myself, we would always kind of be like in a three-way kind of competition to see who had the highest like basket, like for the month and the week and everything. So it would always really be like nice, friendly competition. And it helped me get almost close to my goal. My goal was for my first year, to sell as close to $1 million as I could in product. And I got to 78.5. So not too bad for my first year. So, it's been interesting. And then I was street team, and now I am the brand manager for the location.
Very cool. Very cool. And Diego, what do you do for New Era?
Yeah, so I'm the company's brand ambassador. They set up the brand ambassadorship program about like a year ago. I think there are two of us, one for the like kind of southern central regions, and I'm all with the northern region. I've been with the company for about 5 years now. I got
Okay.
in around 2019, right before it went legal on the
Right
med side.
before, yeah.
Yeah, right before. I handled their customer service emails. I handled the front desk. It was way at the beginning, kind of for Chicago's dispensary. Honestly, I was in the company before the dispensary was set up because I remember interviewing in the dispensary when there was construction going on. So it's been a while.
No,
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, I was
that's
in
a
line.
real New Era OG right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great company. I saw the opportunity and I just had to take it. Like I had to. I
Right.
abandoned everything else I was doing and just started new.
Who is New Era? What kind of company are you guys? What's a little bit of the history behind it?
Well, for the history, technically, New Era is still as a startup. I think the first dispensary formed in 2015. That was East Peoria. Uh, Following that, this is when it was still New Med, but
Okay.
following
New
that, it
Med.
was East
Yes, I
Peoria.
remember New Med.
Yeah, New Med was a pretty New Med. And they went to New Era because it went rec. But before that, it was East Peoria, then Urbana, and then Champaign opened up. And then I guess Chicago opened up, then Aurora, then Pekin, and then DeKalb. And then I believe there's another one opening up. Ashley, do you know where exactly?
Um, I think they said Duluth.
I've
Oh,
never heard of that place.
Mm.
Well, yeah, we have three med and rec locations, and we have four rec locations. So, yeah, it's definitely spread out. Let's see, Aurora, Champaign, Peak and DeKalb, Chicago, East Peoria, Urbana. Yeah, so it's pretty spread out. And I think they're trying to open a lot more. So we're definitely trying to expand for sure. Perfect. I just found out the other day we actually have cultivation in Michigan. So New Era is actually sold out there too. So I was like, oh, that's yeah. We don't have any dispensaries out there, but we definitely have cultivation out there.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
did not know that. Um, we talked about where you are. So Chicago, I know that one's a medical dispensary because that was one of my OG spots when I first got my medical card. And
Mm-hmm.
what I really liked about that location specifically was you guys had a seat for us, and we were able to sit down and kind of chat with the bud tender. And I felt like I actually had a bud tender experience there over some other dispensaries that were more of an in and out kind of Apple Store vibe experience. So I always kind of gave that to New Era, where you guys really kind of gave more of the experience than a lot of others were doing at the time. So I felt that, especially being medical, that was very important.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. You were just kind of doing what kind of made sense. You want to be face to face with someone. Nobody really knows at that point. Nobody really knew anything about weed, and they kind of needed someone to guide them. Not just like weed, but like the products specifically.
Yep.
What
Yeah,
each product had to offer. You could only tell so much from the label. And plus, nobody knew about CBD ratios or
Yep.
dabs or any of that. And having someone
yeah.
explain that to you is very important. Otherwise, you're just gonna have people come back and wanting refunds for
Yep.
something. So it just
I
Yeah,
makes
always
sense.
that's
joke about I always joke that, especially when it came to concentrates, that's when a lot of explanation needed to come to play, where like all the different consistencies, because, when I first started dabbing, I was just getting wax. It was
mm,
wax and shatter like that. Those were the two avenues. So I never had a butter. What the hell's a diamonds and sauce? Like
mm-hmm.
then we got sugars, live versus cured, all that stuff. So that's when you guys really came into play as well, and being able to actually sit down and potentially have someone to explain that to you if you need it.
Yeah, that's one of the things that really sets us apart from a lot of the dispensaries. And even like when you go into other markets in general in the United States, you go into them and they seem like a lot of novelty places. They see it's like a big show and everything like that. You're getting clerked and stuff. Even, like yeah, maybe some places you can go and look at the flower in person, but does the bud tender actually know what they're selling to you? Do you know what they're talking about? Can you actually have a genuine conversation and connect with them and actually get what's best for you? And like that's what you can get at our location. You don't just get clerked. It's not like going to a Walgreens. You can actually sit down, you can have a conversation literally with any of our bud tenders, even when they start brand new. We try to make sure that we let them know that they have anybody on the sales floor support. So no matter how new they are to the industry or have a hard time explaining it, articulating that, anybody else that's around can help jump in and kind of help get that patient whatever it is that they need. So you just don't get that at a lot of these rec only places, and that's one of the reasons why like I would not see myself leaving this dispensary in particular or the medical realm anytime soon, because you get so much valuable knowledge and you get so much experience because everybody is different with what they need, and it helps you kind of keep yourself sharp in that manner of like yes, I'm not a doctor, but I can help point you in the right direction because I'm a purpose smoker myself. Or if I don't know, my medical liaison can tell you, or the person right next to me, they know maybe more about concentrates and this and that, and I maybe know more about flowers. So you're going to always be able to get the answer that you're looking for in this location, and
Very
really
cool.
any of our New Era locations, because education and destigmatizing the plant is really important.
Very cool. Yeah, that's something that's important too. Being able to admit that me personally, I might not have the best answer, but the person standing next to me, utilizing your team and your coworkers to really come together and give the best knowledge you can. Personally, like if someone came in asking about edibles, I probably wouldn't be able to tell them too much with my I have such a high tolerance that I
Yep,
usually don't
same.
even mess with them. So we're more like you'd be finding me talking about dabs in the corner with all the everyone else that was interested.
True.
Yeah.
Um, but speaking of which, you guys got a decent amount of brands under your umbrella. So I know we got the New Era brand. I think we got a couple products here. I got
Mhm.
the double
I got
joint.
one of the live resin vapes here. That what's this? The Jello Gelato.
I
Mm,
got
mhm.
Yeah.
I got the apple fritter double joint. So
Yeah, I love that
Oh,
one.
the double bubble or
what is
whatever
this,
it was. Is
guys?
that the bubble hash?
Double joint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Do
want to
you,
explain it, Ashley? Or do you want me?
You can explain it. You can take it.
Yeah. Double joint. It's just gonna be our, our premium bud flower mixed with some THCA powder. It's like that
Oh,
precursor to distillate. It's kind of what they do what they put into carts. But I know like our brand, our Turbo Shake by Interstate 420, they that utilizes THCA powder, and I believe so does like Fresco's brand too. They're
They do.
yeah, kind of like a lot of brands are using that. I've honestly it's a lot cheaper. I'm assuming you can extract it from all sorts of like trim, stem, shake, leaves or whatnot. Yeah. Basically, it's pretty good. It increases that THC percentage by like up to 40%, right? Or how much is that
Yeah.
tested?
I was just say I was just about to pipe up. It's clocking in at 41.532%.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Yeah.
And you
certified
guys
gas.
are listening to terpenes. I do like to see that.
yeah.
Something
Yes.
I like to see more in Illinois, a nice terpene listing on the
Oh,
label.
yeah. I didn't
Yes.
realize that too on the vapes. Yeah, it's at 4% terps on this guy. Nice.
Yeah. Once I started getting more in the medical realm and I started learning about terps and knowing what I like and like how to advocate for myself and just like opening something up like, oh yeah, that's the limonene for you, like
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah,
Hmm.
it's like a really nice like experience and everything too. So, but that turbo shake and like the super sand and stuff, that stuff is really good for toppers or like if you have a bowl or something. It's really good to just add. But that apple fritter is one of my favorite like hybrid strains because it just tastes so good and it's such a chill, relaxing high. So the fact that it's like a double joint too and it burns perfectly, it's a yeah, you can't go wrong with it.
Really good joint to use for like a concert experience because it just packs that punch pretty hard. No,
So
I'll
yeah, they're
start
like,
halfway through it, and I'll be pretty good. I'll be overwhelmed. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Like maybe
Yeah.
I don't need the whole thing.
No, I never need the whole thing. Smoking it halfway through, I'm like, all right, it's getting scary. Time to save the rest for later.
yeah.
True.
Or
I
that's
got
just me.
your
No, no,
what
no,
is-
that's true too. That's true
I got
too.
your Interstate 420 brand here
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
what's this brand?
Oh, Interstate.
So the Interstate 420, because it's like kind of like right off of Route 66, but it's connected to the highway that's supposed to connect right straight to California. So that's why it's called Interstate 420, kind of like that connection there. Um, it's a really nice brand. We just came out with the I think it's the heavy freight, so we've been coming out with like a lot more different quantities and stuff like that. So the Interstate 420, they just came out with like their bigger batch, but that is going to be since New Era is our premium buds, Interstate 420 is going to be like more of our popcorn. So like right under that, and you'll just see a big variety of it. But that's the main thing is just connecting Chicago to California through the heart of 420 and appreciation.
Cool. Very cool. Let's see what else we got here. You guys got an edible line too.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, those are great. Midweek
Yeah.
Fridays. Like the besides the fun packaging, these also come with different things too. So the tangerine ones are going to have 5 milligrams of caffeine per gummy. Pretty good. Like if
Okay.
you're someone like me that kind of exercises a lot and likes to be kind of stoned when I work out, those the caffeine really helps. You can feel it. It kind of gets you charged while also distracting you from the pain of lifting weights, in my opinion. What is it?
I got the I got the lemon ones here. Which ones do you got, Patrick?
I also have the lemon ones. The vibes.
Yeah, the
Mm,
lemon
Yeah,
the
vibes.
hybrid,
we got
yeah.
we got the vibes.
they got a Aldini in it,
Yeah, no, they
right?
tasted pretty good. There was a nice lemony taste to them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're kind of juicy.
You tried the
Yeah.
dose. The dose is gonna have melatonin, 1 milligram per gummy,
Mm-hmm.
like a
Oh,
big
very
bag.
cool.
Okay.
So you guys got the microdose then too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
cool.
we do. Available in 5 and 10 milligrams per piece, depending.
Yeah, one of the things that we started to notice is that whether people will know that whether they're doing it or not, they like to do the entourage effect. So whether that they like to take gummies, smoke, drink, infused drinks or anything like that, they it's easier to do it when you're microdosing it or having to worry about cutting something in half. So whether you just kind of need something to like, like your sativa, like the tangerine ones, 10 milligrams may be too high for somebody or a beginner and everything like that. Like if you're just like getting into the gummy realm or anything, you just pop that 5. You don't have to worry about stressing out about over consuming, and even at that 5, you can always cut it and make it a 2.5. So
Yeah.
that's always really, really nice for people who want to start slow and like build up if that's something that they want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, you can always eat less. Once you ate the whole thing, there's nothing you can do
There's
about
no
it
going
then.
back.
You
Yeah,
can't
there's no
go
going
back.
back.
No,
Very cool.
hunker
So
down.
what other brands do you guys got over at New Era? I know we got Alchemy here,
Yeah,
but I was already familiar with them. What's going on there?
yeah. Well, we're doing kind of a rebrand with it. I'm sure you were used to Alchemy before, like in like 2020, 2021, different color, different packaging. Now we have some other options available. I like to think they're more like medical, geared towards medical patients, just because they got that decent CBD, CBC
Okay.
ratios going on, even CBN. Some of my favorite ones are going to be like the root beer
Oh
vape,
wow, yeah.
delicious. It tastes just like root beer. It's 1-to-1 CBC to THC. Great hangover cure. Great for nausea. Highly recommend you try it. Tastes delicious. Another great one is going to be the dragon fruit. That
I
is
love
very
Okay.
those. The
oh my
eight
god.
to one.
Yeah, another hangover cure, a good body high. If you overconsume with edibles, the 8-to-1 definitely make mellow you out a bit. Same with the orange pineapple, the 20-to-1. All that CBD is put to good use, and
Very
it's very
cool.
tasty.
Yeah, I was actually this I got some glacier cake cured batter by
Mm.
Alchemy here, and it's clocking in at 4.23% CBGA. That's
Mm.
not something you see too often. This has
Yeah, we
got
got
a
it.
nice
Yeah,
golden
it's so
color to it.
pretty.
I am
Yeah.
a fan of that color.
It's like a nice caramel looking color. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just to kind of piggyback what off of what Diego said. Um, the one thing that we have been starting to see a lot more with alchemy is that they are getting into those ratios a lot more. So even like we were seeing with like some other brands who had like flour that had CBD in it and stuff like that, how people would kind of like lean towards it, or like who is it, Shelby County, with their RSOs and stuff, and the need for something that's not quite as so psychoactive but will still taste good, great high, great, whatever it is that you're looking for while still getting the medicinal benefits of everything. You're going to just start seeing more and more of that, especially when you go to medical dispensaries. The the selection is just going to start being more and more vast, because you're going to start seeing more cultivators. There's a lot more craft growers coming in, and then once they start getting their supply up, you'll start to just see it just kind of come into abundance. So I'm happy that I'm happy that you like how it looked and tastes, because I'm a really big cake and like pastry fan whenever it comes to my strains. So I was like, you know, I feel like the glacier cake would be a really good one to pick for you
Hell
guys.
yeah. Hell yeah. Um, we got this guy too. This Sweet Life by
Oh,
Hannah,
some
this
sweet
puppy
life.
chow. This is pretty cool
Yeah.
to see. So this is you guys as well?
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Um,
used to. Go on. You can do it.
no, I'm sorry. Go ahead,
Oh,
Diego.
okay. Yeah, I was gonna say Sweet Life by Hannah. That's one of IUSO's. They were kind of producing that before we acquired them, which I think when did we acquire them? Like 2022, 2023?
We actually finally fully like absorbed them, like acquired them, I think earlier this year. But we were like in partnership and working closely with IESO because they were doing a lot of our strains. Like there are concentrates and stuff. But yeah, we actually fully partnered with them or took them over like about a few months ago. Cause and that's when we got our new grower, Andy, too, around that time.
Very cool. Very cool. Any other brands that you're aware of that are under the New Era umbrella?
Yeah, Raizu, our infused drinks. We
Oh,
successfully got those out. They come in different sizes, but right now I think the main one that we have out right now is the 25 milligram.
Okay.
So keep your eye on that. We also just had some pink lemonade live resin gummies come down the pipeline through New Era. If you we were since we were talking about gummies earlier and we talked about midweek Friday and alchemy, one of the ones that I would love to mention too, just as honorable mention, is the New Era live resin gummies. So those actually are going to be strain specific. So that's one of the things that you can appreciate about those. If you like the way that the midweek Friday ones taste, you'll really like how the New Era ones taste because they are the live resin. But the pink lemonade is so good. So is the green apple, the blueberry, the lemon. You would like any of those. And then we do have a couple other things coming up that I wish I could talk about, but it's going to be super great. It does have to do with like food infusion and stuff like that as well. So we have a lot of cool things coming up.
very cool. I saw
Yes.
Patrick over there, like the sound of that strain
I
specific.
love some strain specific gum. Yeah, any strain specific live resin. I don't care. Love it.
Oh,
Hey
yeah.
Ashley, tell them about the event on the 5th.
Oh, yes. So on the 5th, we are actually throwing our first Bucktown Buds block party. It's going to be from 4 to 9 p.m. Oh, yeah. It's going to be from 4 to 9 p.m. It's going to be at 1765 North Elston Avenue in the parking lot. So we're going to have about like 15 vendors there. There's going to be some like craft grower cannabis companies there who are just going to be giving out probably some like non-infused sampling, just different ways you can consume, get more information about it. There's going to be coffee, food. I'm pretty sure there's going to be like a massage therapist there and like somebody to press on nails and just different things. There's going to be a DJ. I know Goose Island is one of the sponsors for it as well. So it should definitely be a really good time. And it looks like the weather's going to be great that day too. We have an event tomorrow. From time to time, we do have med certification events. So we do have a medical liaison here. So she can help anybody get their med card. You can set up an appointment with her, even if you just need somebody who can block off time for you. If you have more questions that you don't want to feel rushed or anything, she's the person he would set up an appointment with and you can take it from there. But that event is going to be tomorrow at the I think it's a Flatiron Works facility. It's like a little venue. But we're going to host more. We've done more. We've done some in the past, and we're starting to get into just find different venues for that. So that is something that we have coming up. And also, just an honorable mention, since October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we are doing a fundraiser. We're selling doobies for boobies. They come in like this little pink tube, and doobies for boobies bracelets, and 5% of the proceeds are going to go to Gilda's house. So yeah, just some honorable mentions right there.
So you guys have been doing that for a couple years now, right? I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I remember seeing that marketing before.
Yeah, we've been working with that particular charity for a while now.
Nice.
We're always looking for different charities to like get behind and stuff, but that's the one that we usually always partner up with for breast cancer awareness.
Very nice. Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
I'm
Well,
kind of
yeah.
excited to crack into this, but
Yeah. Puppy chow is
do
so
you
good. I've
guys have
had that
anything
one
to add?
before.
Anything you guys wanted to add before we wrap this up?
Oh,
um,
yeah. Shoot, yeah. Check out the cured resin. It's by Alchemy. That's pretty dope. The difference is live resin, you freeze it. Cured resin, we let it take its time with the dry and cure. That's the difference. So I think cured resin has a little bit more love to it than our live resin. If that makes any sense.
That's
But
fair.
Definitely.
real quick, because I just wanted to go off one of these questions real fast, but I just wanted to say, like, for one, that understanding, like being in this industry, especially with the amount of cultivators and the more that pop up, seeing how trends change so fast, especially depending on what one cultivator does. So I remember um Days Off came out with their baseball bats, their pot rockets, and then it
Yep.
was like as soon as you started seeing those pot rockets, everybody else started coming out with those, and it's one of those things where you're like, okay, well, you can kind of look at the leaders in the industry and kind of see how it's going to trickle down and affect everything else. So I'd say if there's something that you're interested or there's a product that you like, if you see it going well with one cultivator, don't worry, you will see it go well with all these other ones. But just one also thing to say, a lot of people, since they like to sometimes travel and go into different markets and stuff, I would say that one thing to appreciate about a couple of different things to appreciate about the Illinois market is one, the quality of testing that a lot of this stuff has to go through. I remember when I used to buy on the street all the time, and I would have people try to tell me that something is that I've probably bought 12 times before, something different, when I'm like, no, I know exactly what that is. Or you realize that a lot of people don't know what mold and weed looks like, or just different things like that. So when all these cultivators are having to go through all these testings and making sure that, yes, their stuff is packaged properly and it does mention what is what, that is a huge benefit. And also, just meeting your different medical bud tenders who have the knowledge, who want to seek the knowledge and actually help, and it not just seem like such a heavy recreational kind of an industry. It is more catered and does have a more nurturing kind of an energy on this side of the line than some of our neighboring states. And now, even unfortunately, sometimes even more on the West Coast, where it just seems like it's just such a party all the time versus, actual help and medicinal benefits. So just wanted to bring that up.
Well, no, thank you so much for that. And you guys, thank you so much for joining us today and talking about your brands, what you guys do in the industry with NuEra, and explaining some of your products with the listeners and stuff. If you guys make sure to check their pages out, you guys have new Instagram handles, right, for people to check out too?
Yes. It's at newera.dispose and at newera.brands on
Awesome.
Instagram.
We'll make sure to put that information down in the description for this video for everybody who's watching and listening along so they can find you guys online easily. But again, thanks so much for hopping on and talking with us about this. But yeah, make sure to check them out online. If you guys need your medical cards too, you guys know where to check out in the Chicago area to get that process started. But thanks for listening to another episode of Couch Locked. I'm Patrick from Midwest Days, and over there we've got Pat from Westtown Weed, and we are Couch Locked.